Hello students, in this video I'm going to show you how to do page formatting and some information on sorting and filtering. So I have a Excel spreadsheet here that's fairly long. If we look, it goes all the way down to, it's got over 300 rows in it, so it's a big a big type of spreadsheet. So if we wanted to look at this spreadsheet right now, you really don't know how this is going to print on paper. So if I do Control P, which is for print, you can see that it's set up like this. And then if we go down, we have the next page and the next page. Okay. If you notice, there's nothing, there's a header here, but there's no headings on all the columns. So like you really wouldn't know what this column is. So I want to show you how you get, it's called a print title in there. So here's the title right here that you can see. And so we are going to do what is called a page layout. And here's print titles. And I'm going to click here, rows to repeat at the top, and I click in this dialog box, and then I can come over here and click on row 1, so it's absolutely row 1, and that puts its heading on each page, and then a header and footer is over here in this area, and so I'm not going to go, well actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm not going to do anything right now. So I'm going to go back over to sheet, and we have our header on there, and so that's all I wanted to show you right now, and I'll say OK, and let's look at this again in print preview. So here's my header, and then we go to the second page. There's my header. Third page, if I look right down here, actually there's 46 pages in here. So page 3, it's got a header. Alright, so this heading stays on each page. Okay, so you can change the orientation landscape to portrait. Watch what happens now. Portrait is like a picture that direction, and landscape is this direction. And here's margins that I can pick. I can pick narrow margins, normal margins, wide margins. So the distance right here is the margin. So we can choose those in here. And we can also pick scaling so that fit sheet on one page. I'm going to show you what right now there's no scaling, which means making it smaller or bigger. So we'll say let's fit this sheet on one page. Okay, and then it skews it all crazy. Fit all the columns on one page. Fit rows, all rows on one page, and it makes it kind of strange. So fit on one page. It's not working very good. So just say no scaling. That's where you would probably leave it. Um, and again, I don't expect you to remember all of this, but what you should remember is the margins and the orientation, whether you want it to look like a portrait or a landscape. So I'm going to show you again. Here you can do the same thing, margins and orientation, out on your ribbon instead of being in your print menu. So orientation, landscape or portrait, margins, we want narrow margins. Okay. Now, how do I know if if the worksheet isn't breaking at a good place? Like let's say that right here we go from contract to full-time. So maybe I want to have a page break right here. Let's see what it would look like. So we go to view, and we can go to page break view, and here's the line that shows where the page is going to break. And so let's say I can, if I want it to break right at between the contract and the full time, I can have it break right there. So you can pull these blue lines and that changes where you're going to have a page break. It's not very intuitive. And then you can look at page layout, and that's what your paper is going to look like when you print it. So we have a little header. Um, let's take that out of there. Let's take that picture out of there, and we can put, like we can put today's date or anything in the thing. This is the header, and this is the print titles. So if we go to the next page, we have a header and we have print titles on each page. Okay, so that's in view, and it's under page break view or page layout or normal view is what you usually use. I've never used a custom view in all the time I've used this stuff. So page layout to see exactly what your page will look like. If you put in a footer and you have today's date in there, then that appears on every page. Here's today's date. Okay, so that you see that everything in a page layout. Page break view is where you get to adjust where your page break is going to be, and a normal view is where you actually are working. So let me go back home here and see if there's anything else I'd like to talk about. No, I think that'll do it right now. So let's go back home. Okay, let's talk about sorting. So when you're going to sort, up here is the sort and filter button. We can sort A to Z, that's ascending, Z to A, that's descending, and we can do a custom sort, so we can sort on more than one column. These two allow you to sort on one column. This one allows you to sort on several columns. So I'm just going to show you the first one, A to Z. Actually, we are sorted A, B, C, F, G, H's. So let's go the opposite way, Z to A, and it's going to have like the letter W and Z at the top. So click here, and whatever column I was in, I happen to be in the D column, and it's actually sorted there. So let me go over to employee column and then do Z to A. Now we're Zimmerman, Young, Wyatt, Woods, and so on. Okay, so if I in the here we have south, main, north. If I'm in the building column and I sort Z to A, here's all my west, then it goes that direction. A to Z, now it puts all the letters in alphabetical order in that column. So on these two, when you sort, you just have to click in the column you want to sort by and click A to Z or Z to A. If you want to do custom, for example, if we wanted to see if we had any duplicates, like first we would, like I want an alphabetical list of all the people working in Maine. So first I want to sort on Maine on the building number or type, and then I want it to sort by last name. So it might just already happen that way, so because I've sorted it, but or we want to sort on how many people, how long people have lived here, excuse me, how long people have worked, and then by employee name. Or we might want to sort by if they're full-time contract and then by employee name. So let's do this one. Let's sort by status and then by employee name. So I come to sort and filter. I pick custom sort. And first I want to sort by the status, and then I need to add a level so that I can now search by employee name, and then I say OK. So here's all my contract people, and it's all alphabetical. and then it breaks right here to full time. Here's contract and full time, so it breaks here. And then see how it starts with A. Here's the end of the contract with a Y and a W at the end of the alphabet, and then the beginning of the alphabet for full time. And then we get to the end of full time. I don't know how far that's going to go down here. Okay, then we have half time. So I have to go back up a little bit. Okay, here's the break from full time F, H, that's alphabetical. And then you look over here, here's the end of the full time and the beginning of the half time. And so the first level was by status, and the second was by employee name. Okay, so that's the custom sort, and usually I only do like uh, 2 levels, sometimes like 3 levels, but only if I have a lot of names that might be identical or some things that are identical. Okay, so that's sorting, and let me show you on this again. So just we want to sort compensation from low to high, and so then I can be in the compensation sort, and let's go from the lowest to the highest. A to Z, lowest to highest. So the least somebody makes is 8,000, and then you can go to the highest. At the very bottom, we would see that, it keeps going up and up over 80,000. Okay, so now the next thing I want to show you is like filter. Like, what if we want to look at um, just certain things um, in our worksheet. So I'm going to come over here to filter, and now I click filter, and I've got little arrows next to each of the categories or the headings. So let's say that I can see I've got some people named, here's Ashley. So I can click here, and I can search, like if I'm searching for somebody, here I have the name of Villa. If I type that in, and it filters out just that one name. So I can click this and click them all off, click them all on if I want. Okay, say okay. There can be some other things that we want to filter on, so I have to status. I want a list of just the hourly people. Okay, and I'll say okay. I have this filter on still, so I'm going to select this one off. Okay, now I have everybody there, and now I just want to see let's say I want to find all the contract people, so I can click these off, and I'll be left with just the contract ones. And it pulls out just the contract. Okay, let's say I want to see just the hourly. I click hourly right here and say OK, and I can sort those out. Now, I don't anticipate that you're going to remember how to do this, but what is important to remember is that you can do that, and that's what filtering is to pick out uh, just out of your whole spreadsheet just certain data. So here's job rating, and so let's say I want to see all the people who have been rated a number 5. So I leave 5 checked, and I say OK, and these are my people that have got 5. Okay, if I want to see the people who've got 1, I unclick 5, pick 1, and these are all the people that are job rating ones. So that's what filter does. So we wanted to look at sorting and we wanted to look at filtering. And so those are fairly easy. And if you go over here to GCF Learn Free and you go to the topics of Office and Excel, and if you want to search, you can search for Excel sorting. And here's an introduction about sorting. So there's a little bit longer video on it. Talks about types of sorting. And so what I need you to do is you're going to try sorting a little bit, but you do not have to remember how to do it. You have to remember that there is such a thing as sorting and what that means and how you could possibly use it. Okay, I think that's it.